when was the last time you had some content? Can I come shoot some content free of charge for the first time only? I'm only offering this to 3 people.
Yep.
And then, yeah, after the 3rd one, I never had to do free work for a DJ ever again. It took me a long time to find friends that just want to go do shit.
Yeah.
Like, go do fun stuff.
How did you find these friends?
All on Instagram. We created a friend group and we started saying we were going to do all these things, and then we would just go and do it. Like, someone would have an idea like once a month and we'd just go have fun. Yeah, you just need to find doers, like people that want to go do the cool, fun stuff. Showing up and getting it done, like the feeling after when you completed it is so, like, it's satisfactory. You're ticking something off. You're like, oh, I learned something new. That feeling is what you'll get addicted to. It wasn't until like I put myself in the deep end, challenged myself to make a video every single week for a year, that I found out that it was something that I loved, and I started making money from it, and now I've got a whole career, which is kind of crazy. I hate talking about myself usually, so.
No, that's the whole point of this, bro.
Talk about me. I'm like,
Today on the Kickin' It Pod, I sit down with Pete O'Dowd, better known online as PeteyBoyTV, and this guy's honestly done it all. Starting off on YouTube back in 2018, where he made weekly vlogs, then got into creating content for DJs and events in the music scene. He also spent time creating at Fortum Media, learning from some of the best creatives in Sydney before launching his own production company, Mega Media TV. And what's really cool about Pete is that a lot of what he shares online isn't just his work. It's him traveling, hanging out, and shooting with other creatives just for the love of it. And in this chat, Pete shares some awesome tips for any creative starting out who's trying to build their brand online. Honestly, this one was a whole lot of fun, so let's get into it. And I tell you what I love about doing this too and prepping for it, I get to like look through all your work.
yeah,
Which
God,
is sick.
I got a lot.
You do, yeah, you do, mate. You had me working hard.
No, fucking
I
hell.
was like, holy shit, he's been doing this shit forever.
Yeah.
Which is good, but it's good though. I enjoy it. There's a lot of people that like, heaps of people relying on AI for this type of thing now.
Really?
Yeah, man. And I'm just like, not like it. I feel like it's robbing me of like, I enjoy it.
No, it takes the human out of it.
Yeah, totally. And when I look at all the work that you've done, all I see is like, this guy is having fun.
Yeah.
most from day one, it looks like you're just out there just trying to have a good time.
Try to.
Yeah, which is good. There's people that have been on here, and I think a main concern for a lot of people is like, I don't want this to turn into work, and they're afraid of it becoming work, because then that's, especially when it's something you love, you have to be delicate with it, right? Because as soon as the fun gets taken out of it, you start to dread it, and that's the last thing you want to do with something you love.
Oh, 100%. You want to start with something you love. Otherwise, what's the point in doing it?
But once money starts getting involved and you start looking for clients and you start being told what to do, it's gone. Now, but to start off with, I'm going to try and guess the year that PeteyBoyTV was born.
Okay.
2018.
God, we're going back a while now, because I did YouTube for quite a while.
That's what I was looking at. You were almost full-time vlogging, it looked like.
Yeah, I did a video every week for a year and a half straight.
During this time, right?
Yeah. And then I took it seriously. Yeah, you're probably right about 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What inspired you to start a YouTube channel in 2018?
Great question. Honestly, it's because I wanted to live here in Australia, but at that time I was waiting for my permanent residency to come in. So I ended up moving back and got given the chance to live in London.
Yep.
And I always knew, like I used to be a skateboarder. I used to love making like old school videos with my friends just for fun. And I wanted a hobby that was just something new. So I just picked it up and I just fell in love with it immediately. Just
making videos.
From like, I started off with stupid sketch videos and then turned into vlogs and just wanted to tell stories, and it's how I found people, and I got addicted to that process.
That's such a long time ago.
Yeah.
What were you using to edit back then?
Oh, I still use Final Cut Pro to this day.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah,
since day one.
Yeah. I think obviously if you're talking a long time ago, it would have been iMovie before that, and then what was like the first editing suite? Like, you're talking on a PC. I can't remember what it's called now. The blue one? Can't remember what it's called, but I used to use that back in the day as well.
Wow. And how did you learn to edit videos?
YouTube.
Yeah, as most of us. Was that was like your main resource? You just Google?
100%. Everything is from YouTube. So one of the main guys I used to use that I actually talk to quite regularly, or not quite regularly, occasionally, Ryan Nangle. So he's like everything on Final Cut Pro.
Yep.
he like follows me now and we have the occasional conversation, but it's kind of cool because I learned everything from that dude, from like cool transitions to just basic speed editing.
Yep.
And then he like randomly followed me one day and he's like, oh, you're still using like some of my stuff. I'm like, yeah, bro, like you taught me everything.
Yeah, true. I've had that. I had do you know Ben Mackay?
No, I don't.
Okay. I had him on last week. When I first started, I was like learning off him.
Sick.
A lot of his videos.
What is that for Premiere Pro?
That was for Premiere Pro. He was teaching me a lot about what gear to buy as well.
Okay, cool.
Same, man. Everything was YouTube. I was like a Peter McKinnon dude. I feel like, you know how there was like a baby boom? That people talk about a baby boom? I feel like there was like a creator boom during COVID.
Yeah, 100%.
And I see that time and time and time again. However, like what I'm not surprised at, but what I'm curious about you is that you started way before then. You know, so like I'm guessing it would have been like different resources, a different world. What was YouTube like back then?
What was YouTube like back then?
Yeah, because you're posting every week. Right now, it's easy to get inspired because I feel like there's creators everywhere.
It's oversaturated.
It's oversaturated. Whereas like in 2018, not many people were thinking this way.
Yeah, I mean, Peter McKinnon was still about back then, but there was still crazy. I think it was like King Tuts Pro, Ryan Nangle. They were like my two main resources. And then I do like using a bit of After Effects, so that's from here, there, and everywhere.
Yep.
But to compare it, honestly, these days everyone's talking about themselves. It's more about personal brand, and it's all very short. It's all on like YouTube Shorts.
Yes.
But back then, you know, you'd be invested in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes to watch, whereas these days you'd be lucky to get a video over 10 minutes, but you're probably watching those videos from years ago.
Does that help you a lot today? Because I'm guessing back then that Shorts probably didn't even exist.
No, they didn't.
Even vertical videos probably didn't exist.
Yeah, I remember that happening.
I don't mean to make you sound old.
That's fine,
back in those days.
Everyone thinks I'm young, so I don't mind.
Me too, though. I'm up there. No one knows how old I really am.
Yeah,
I'm almost 40.
You don't look it, bro.
Yeah. When I tell people, they sound surprised. So
yeah, mad.
Yeah. We're good. So back then there would have been like no shorts, no vertical videos. I feel like there was a solid transition where everyone had to like. A lot of people, I feel like in the YouTube space especially, were pissed because they're like, we have to start shooting vertical, and we're like, we don't want to.
Oh, I remember it vividly. I hate it to this day, shooting vertically, and I always ask people, are you sure you want this 100% vertical, because I can't go back.
Yes, exactly.
And it's happened time and time again where I said, I did tell you to shoot at landscape, but anyway. But I'm glad that now, I'm sure you're seeing it, it's going back to landscape. You know, we're getting 1920 by 1080, and
it's great.
I'm all about it.
You're almost prepped for it, right? You're prime.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So, like, what did all that teach you? Like, was there a game plan? Was there a goal? Like, what were your initial goals when you created this YouTube space? Were you trying to literally just do it for fun, like this vlogging? Or was there, like, a goal you had in mind, you wanted to turn it into something more?
Great question. I think, for me, I do like having an objective or a goal or something to strive towards. Like, I find if you do something aimlessly, you're not really going to get anywhere. It's like, you know, just going for a walk and having no destination, you're going to get lost, right? Whereas if you're like, I want to go to New York, go there, but like stop along the way.
Yep.
So I had a whole grand plan sort of figured out quite early. So I knew I had to get good at something, right? So I needed to invest a little bit of time. So I set myself the goal, one video a week for a year. I fell in love with it and did a year and a half. Yeah, I did.
Wow.
And this was before, like, I wasn't even really doing Instagram at that point. It was just YouTube. So I started off with skits because I thought I was funny.
Yep.
I'm not that funny. But I had fun doing it. I learned a lot through that. And then, I think it was probably after a year and a half, people started asking me, would you make me a video? And I'm like, wait, I could do this. I could get paid for this. So then I kept going and was like, all right, everyone seems to be on Instagram at the minute. I'll start taking it over there and creating more cinematic style content. And that's just where it started. And I've always had like a game plan. I'm more than happy to dive into it, but it's sort of like I did something for a year, then it's like, all right, what am I going to do for the next year? Like, how do I up my game each time?
So you set like yearly goals and then you look back on them to see what's worked, what hasn't worked.
Yeah.
Okay. And your first time you got paid,
Yeah.
How did you go about it? Did it just happen because someone reached out to you, or were you intentionally going out looking for work?
The first I can vividly remember was I went into DJs.
Yes.
So, God, yeah, we're going back a while now. That was a second part of the goal. So I set another challenge to create a video as often as I could for a DJ, and I set myself a goal of 3 to 5 free videos for DJs.
Mad.
And the idea was shoot for a DJ at 1,000 followers, 5,000, 10,000, go all the way up to 1 million and try to do that in a year.
Wow.
I went all the way up to like over 3 years. I did 32 million followers.
Wow.
So I can't remember where the question was going here, but basically the first free gig is what you asked me.
Yeah.
First free gig, paid gig. It was a guy called Felix, who's still like one of my best friends of all time. I've lived with him and stuff.
Wow.
That was the first free gig. Did him a video, and then literally it was his birthday the week later. He paid for me to go to Gold Coast and make a video for his birthday, and it was just a party.
How sick
I was
is
like,
that?
this is sick.
Yeah.
And to lead on to that, I missed the flight by 5 minutes. I vlogged the entire thing. Luckily got a flight for $50 because it was Jetstar straight after that, because I was too busy vlogging the whole experience. I couldn't believe I was flying to Gold Coast
Yeah,
to
that's
make
so
something
cool. Yeah, what an experience, right? Like the first time you realize that you can actually get paid to do something you love.
Yeah, 100%.
So when you're doing these DJ gigs, you're just reaching out to them? Like how you find, you're just finding DJs, sending them a message?
Yeah, it was all on Instagram. So
Awesome.
just literally, I think I searched hashtag DJ, hashtag Sydney,
Sick.
and then would go on Google Maps, and that was from Scaries. So DJ Felix was playing at Scaries, and I hit him up, and then I hit up another female DJ after that. She had like 5,000 followers, and I just quickly...
And what are you saying? You just, can I come down and make you a video?
Yeah, I literally just said to them, hey, love what you're doing as a DJ. When was the last time you had some content? Can I come shoot some content free of charge for the first time only? I'm only offering this to 3 people.
Yep.
And then, after the third one, I never had to do free work for a DJ ever again.
That's so good. Bro, that's sick. Why DJing? Is it just something that you loved?
Yeah, good question. DJ, so I used to be in a band years and years ago.
Okay, you love music.
So I'm quite confident with music, with drops. So I just knew DJs have more money than artists.
Yeah,
So like as a inspiring, struggling artist, it's quite difficult to make a fair bit of money. Whereas a DJ, you get paid hourly. So they guaranteed money, and they're going to get consistent gigs. So I was like, I thought vividly in my head, I'm like, if I could shoot Calvin Harris, he makes $250,000 per gig. So that was like my idea.
Yes.
Even funnier is like I shot a festival and Calvin Harris was on it. But
That's
so it's
insane.
like that ideology came to life. You got to think about those things.
Yeah, that's very forward thinking
Yeah.
of you to kind of understand that. I think that too sometimes. So I'm not like, I have cafe owners now, but I remember when I first started, I was like, cafe owners may not have the money.
Yeah, 100%.
So why should I be going for them? And I was trying to think of like, who would be able to afford this if I offered it to them? And I was thinking,
Find the money.
Yeah.
Find the money. No,
True.
it's
No, but
terrible,
also like you were combining other things that you love,
Yeah.
which makes it a lot easier, right? It takes away the feeling of it being work, like we were talking about before we started. I'd feel like, can you talk to me about like shooting DJ sets and concerts? Me personally, I haven't shot any concerts, but I feel like it would be really hard. Because there's lights, there's no consistent lighting. Things are going off everywhere.
Yep.
I'm assuming like settings would have to be changed all the time.
Yep.
You'd have to be in different spots at different times. You don't even know where shit's going to like fly out of.
Yep.
Crowd interactions. I feel like there's so much going on. It'd be so overwhelming. You would need a lot of experience to kind of know what to shoot and how to get something like really, really good.
Yeah, I say this to people all the time. If you want to learn fast, go shoot an event or a DJ, because like you've just said, the lighting changes. It's all of the pressure, you got to find the moments. Like your job as the videographer at a festival, at a show, is to ultimately capture the moments that are the most fun and like the best moments and make it look even better than it was. And that takes a lot of time to get that skill, but by practicing and finding when the drops happen, finding the moments when people are having the most fun. And like you said, it's always the lights are changing. When at the end they're always like, or most DJs will want a photo as well, and you've got to change from video straight to photo. Take that photo, whether you've got the flash on, the settings. So you make a lot of mistakes fast, but that makes you learn quicker. That's literally it.
Yeah, I've heard another guy, maybe it was on a podcast, where they were talking about their concert shooting experience, and it sounded like there was so much going on, man. Just knowing the right spot to be. And then at the end, you could have the artist going, did you get that bit? Like a lot of the times with events, it builds up to like this climax. And if you're not in the right spot, you are fucked.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, it can be a bit scary, but it's like anything, it builds confidence, you know. I just feel like I don't know if you've ever found this, you know, when you're just like in the zone as a creative, you just get locked in. Like the surroundings, like people can tap me and I'm just locked in. I'm getting my shot, I know what I need, and then I just have like a rough list of shots in my head and I'm just ticking them off like as a to-do list. Like, all right, I've done back of DJ, I've done back of crowd, I want to get as close as I can, I want to shoot through people. Like I just have these mental things that I tick off. And then once I'm like 5 in, I can just hear things happening, and then the lights change. All right, I need to be over there.
Exactly. I feel like that comes with experience. That was another thing that I wanted to ask you. Because when it comes to these things, do you have like, it sounds like you already do, like a certain, what would you call it, a shot list of things that you know would make a great video? Yeah. And then you make sure you get those. I do that when I shoot in the gym, like I'm doing a class or whatever it is. I'm like, I need this shot, this shot, this shot, this shot. Yeah. And then I can probably go and get whatever else I want. But I need these specific shots. Yeah. And then even though you don't really know what's going to be happening, you know that you need those specific shots.
They're your backup.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say 90% I do create a shot list, but if it's just these days, if I'm shooting a DJ, I don't really do too much events these days. I try to give them out to the fellow team members or contractors. But I do have, it's just, I think I've done it so much, it's just mentally ingrained. If anything, if someone's shooting for me, I'll give them my shot list.
Yes.
So yeah, as long as, like I said, it's, you know, you'd think it's pretty obvious, but you know, behind the DJ, in front of the DJ, you know, you need B-roll, you need crowd stuff, and you know, back of the crowd, front of the crowd, actual people. Can you get drinks? Can you get people having a good time? So like, as long as you've got minimum 15 to 20 decent shot ideas in your head, then you're just rotating them until like, sometimes like never shoot for the sake of shooting. I would say the biggest bit of value I always give to fellow contractors or shooters or my team is don't shoot for the sake of shooting. Wait for the right moment and capture that moment the best you can. Or imagine, another great tip I give is, imagine someone's watching your screen as you're shooting it. You know, if you're shooting something just because you think it's cool, do you think someone else would think that's cool? If the answer is no and you're scared of what that person's watching on your screen, you shouldn't be shooting it then. Yeah. So like, if I'm behind the DJ, I'm not just trying to whip it in and make it look cool for whatever. I'm like imagining the whole audience can see what's on my screen. Very good. And all of a sudden you'll be like, all right, this needs to be framed correctly, the center, capturing the moment, it's smooth, it's not shaky. Yes. Just helps.
Shooting with a lot more intention.
100%.
And you know what? I feel like that advice, or trying to work that way as best as you can, would also save you so much time in the edit.
100%.
You know, it's something that I think a lot, especially in video, and I've fallen for this many, especially early, is you shoot everything because you don't want to miss anything. So you shoot absolutely everything. Like there's no intention. You're just like, I don't want to miss it, so I'm just going to keep shooting. And then when you go to edit, you've just got hours and hours, and you've made the amount of time it takes to edit maybe times 5, times 10. And you don't think about that at the time until you're editing, and then that you lose joy in the process because you're just going through all this garbage because you didn't shoot with intention from the beginning. Right?
100%.
Yeah, very good. Now, if I were looking at your work, this is actually another good activity we can play, right? Is like, I know that when I create my own content, I guess when we try and build our own little brand, we hope that other people would see it in a certain way. Like, I want to be identified as this type of creative. And a lot of the times we think that, but you need other people to think it too. Okay. You know? So when it came to like looking through your content, I feel so hooked. Like, I would describe
what did you see?
No, I would say events and music videos, adventure and travel. Yeah. Would that be what you want to be described as?
I mean, yes, I'd say adventure, travel, that's what I guess I'm known for. And then obviously, shooting with artists and DJs. So yeah, you're 100% correct, but I think I'm trying to shift a little bit. That's why I'm starting to do personal brand, but you are correct.
I saw that. Yep. Yeah. I guess the events and the music videos are probably the earlier days. Yeah. Like you were heavy into that space.
Yeah, 100%.
What made you decide to shift into adventure and travel?
Just because I was going on holiday with my friends, and always taking the camera.
Yeah.
So
You've traveled a lot.
yeah, I mean, I'm blessed. I'm really appreciative of it. I think it's just, I was going to make a video anyway. Why not do it and have a bit of fun with it? And then it just sort of popped off and I'm like, oh, let's keep doing it. It was actually like me and my best friend, Zach, just were like going to Bali and we're like, let's just make an epic load of content just for fun. Like, don't care too much about it. And they just started popping off and we were like, oh, let's just keep doing it.
Yeah.
So we just plan ahead. Where do we want to go next? What holiday? What adventure? And just the less I cared. Like, my most viral video is literally shot by Zach on an iPhone jumping off in Bali, cliff jumping.
Yep.
And I don't even do a backflip or anything. I literally just jump into the water and it got like...
I didn't even have to do the backflip.
It was ridiculous. It got like 15 million views or something stupid like that. And I'm like, that's the most boring video. But I suppose it was the leap of faith, you know, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
The less you care. Honestly, these days, I put so much effort into a video and it will get like a few, like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 views. And then I care less and just post something and it'll get way more views.
You hear that more and more. How does that make you feel?
Oh,
like when you put all this effort, you've like put your heart and soul into this piece of work and just no engagement, or like the algorithm just doesn't favor it.
I think I'm just used to it. I think it's a lottery, right? If it depends what you want from it. Everybody obviously wants the views and the success. These days, I don't really care. That's why I said I'm shifting. I personally just want to help people.
Yep.
You know, like me 5-10 years ago, there's plenty of people out there that are asking me a million questions. How do you do this fast? How do you edit? How do you shoot this? How do you blah, blah, blah? I'm like, I'm just going to start giving advice because it's what I care about. I'm not really chasing the views anymore. Like,
True.
I think obviously getting all those views back in the day was fantastic, and I figured out it's just go have fun with your friends, film it and care less, and it would do well.
Yep.
But I haven't done that for ages. These days I'm probably filming it less and trying to actually be present rather than always taking the camera.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah.
So what advice would you give to someone who's put in a ton of work into a video, hasn't performed as well as they'd hoped? Well, how do they pick themselves up and just go again?
Well, as long as you're learning something from every piece of content you're making or delivering, it doesn't matter, because don't think about the views, think about what you're learning. And you know, the views will just come if you'll figure it out. If you create enough content, something will bite and something will work. Don't stress on one video. Like, yeah, you made it look cool, but I guarantee the one video you did that you cared so much about, there'll be 1 or 2 people that will come up to you and be like, I love that video. That happens to me quite regularly. You know, a video I've put loads of effort in, didn't get that many views, but I love that video. You might have just inspired someone. Yep. So don't think about the views. Like, that's depressing thinking about views.
Yeah, it is. No, it really is. It gets a lot of people down, and a lot of the times I think I try to figure out like why it's such a big obstacle to people. And I think more and more, especially in the creative space, when you announce and you tell people online that you're going for something, when it doesn't work out, you're failing publicly. Like, everyone is watching you fail. Do you know what I mean? Compared to any other industry.
Failing's not a bad thing, I don't think.
Yeah, but I think that fear is what holds people back. It's like, everyone's going to watch me just blow this. And to the point where they don't even attempt it. Don't you think?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not really sure, to be honest, because I thought, there's so much content out there, like fear of failure and all this sort of stuff. But like, that's part of it, right? You got to do something you're scared of, or what's the point of doing it? Like, I don't know.
I feel like it holds people back. I've made content for people, and it would be I've overcome it. I know at the very beginning it was scary. It was scary to put myself in front of a camera. Terrified.
Yeah.
Like, terrified. I don't know. It was weird. I didn't understand it. I was like, why am I so scared of this?
Yeah.
And to like post it and put it out there, I feel like I've overcome it to the point where it doesn't bother me at all. Like, I don't care about what I post of myself online, but I need to remember that when I shoot with other people, they may be in that space that I was. And I've shot videos, and my first idea is like, let's get you chatting about what you love, you know? And I've made videos where someone would be like talking about, say, coffee. And I'm like, holy shit, this person knows so much. Like, it lights them up. Like, this is great. And I think it's great content. Yeah. And I'll edit it for them. I'll send it to them. And I'm like waiting for them to post it, and they never do. But this has happened a few times, not just in that space. And I'm just like, I feel like it's that fear of like, I'm going to put myself out there, and you may not realize it because you've been putting yourself out there since 2018, right? So it's just normal. And I feel like I'm in that place now. But I remember being in that first space where it's just this really scary place that you need to overcome, but it's just so hard to do. And it's like, how do you encourage someone to just post?
I've got one for you. This is probably the scariest thing to do. So I think I actually vlogged about this ages ago, but go take a camera and go to the busiest street, let's say maybe go into the city, go down George Street, and I challenge you to walk down that entire street and try not to break character. Just talk about whether it's like what did you have for breakfast or something. Just do it. It's friggin' terrifying. But after the third time of doing it, you will not care.
Really?
I guarantee it. And like I remember doing it. I did it in London. I did it in Chinatown, and I was petrified.
Yeah.
But I was like, I just need to get over this fear of talking and what people think. And after a while, you just get tuned into it and you stop caring. Really? Like, the quicker you care less, the get it done.
You reckon that's it? I'm gonna be honest. As much as I've said this whole time that I'm not afraid of like speaking in front of the camera, I can't do it publicly.
Yeah, it's difficult.
I really can't do it. It's so weird. Like, I'm cool here, and if I'm in my studio or whatever, when no one's here, I'm like, I can go for it and just rip in. But if we go out on the street, there is no way. Like, I haven't done it.
I don't know. I think I'd initially probably until I get into the zone. Yeah. But I don't know.
I can't bring myself to do it.
Give it a go, honestly. I think you'll learn a lot about it.
It is. I feel like it's that next level that I need to get to. Yeah. Like, just the not giving a shit. But I haven't been able to do it yet. Like, publicly, I'm just like, no. Let's get back in the bat cave.
But you see so many, like, even the youngsters are doing it these days. Like, TikTok is huge at the minute, and everyone's like speaking to their phone. I do think it's a little bit easier to speak to a phone than a camera. The amount of times I've client-wise, I've put a camera on someone, and they're like, do I speak to you or the camera? And like, we can do either, but I always just be like, just imagine it's a friend. You're talking to a friend, not a camera.
You're so right. You're so right. And I feel like a lot of the reason that the little DJI Pocket is so popular is because of that. I've seen it.
It's such a thing. I miss the VCR days. Bro, do you remember like your dad cam?
Yeah, man. No one was scared of that thing.
And you point a camera and everyone's like, yo!
Yeah, man.
And they wanted to make a cool video. Dude. Like, that's why I think dad cams, I call that a VCR, like the old school retro cameras are coming back, is because if you bring one out, so I've got like a super 8mm camera, a really old school 60s, 70s camera. I've brought that out a couple of times, and they're genuinely like, yeah, let's make something cool. Yeah, man. And they're not like thinking it's overproduced with a camera.
That was the experience with the Pocket.
Yeah, nice
My girlfriend took the Pocket to, what do the girls do before a wedding? The girl...
get ready.
No, the girl party.
Oh, what, a hens?
Hens. I think it was a hens.
Yeah. And
they took the Pocket out. None of these girls would ever be in front of a camera. Put the Pocket there, press. All of them were like, oh, that's so cute. Yeah. That is so cute. And then, like, natural reactions. And I was like, that's great content. And I was like, the only difference is that it's it's a smaller camera. It's not as intimidating. Tiny. Yeah, and I think the phone would be the same. Yeah. So I guess it's like finding those starting points. Like, what can I do today that isn't so scary, and work yourself up to it?
100%.
Yeah, I've done a good job, and I've kind of stopped where I am. I need to get out there. I really do.
Mate, go do a vlog. Why not?
Yeah, I want to, man.
Like, hold the camera and vlog and give it a go. Like,
I don't know why.
I feel like you learn so much, especially not just by putting yourself out there, but like trying to film yourself. Like, don't overthink. It's just about telling a story or whatever you're going to do. Like, you need an intro. Like, what are you doing today? The hook, as it's called, and then actually plan the day, like whatever you're going to do, how are you going to film it, and then talking bits in between. Like, you can just do a voiceover. You don't have to be on the camera, but
true. That's another
I think
good
just
point.
Actually talking to the camera and not losing sight of what, because you look at a camera and you're like,
exactly.
But just I just put like a couple of notes. Just what, like, I always remember like one keyword, like what is it that I'm talking about and what is that keyword, and it does help.
Yeah, planning it out too.
Yeah,
I'm a bit of a rambler. Yeah, I found when I'm shooting on my own and there's like no key points or no, any sort of script, I'll just talk and like I'm not really getting to the point. Like, it takes me way too long to get there. And what helped me was like those talking points. Yeah. Like, I need to get to this, this, and this. And that's it. And then within that minute, I can get to 4 points rather than like circling my way around and just talking trash to finally get there.
I feel like the first time you shoot something, let's say you're doing like a piece to camera and you're going to do like similar to what I'm doing for my personal brand. I find like the first time I film, I have rough points and I'll try talk about the point that I'm trying to make. I find like honestly like the first 15 minutes, I'm just like not getting over the jitters, but just trying to make sure I'm saying the point correctly. And then honestly, I'll cut it. I'll have a very quick look, and I'll just hit record again. And the second time is always better because you're just like, you're not stiff anymore. You're not worrying about what you look like. You're just like, all right, I just need to get through this. This is the first point, second point, third point. Get it done.
Yep. I think that's good. It's really good. And I think it's good to have other people, I've learned too, listening to other people and their process, because then it makes you feel okay about yours. And sometimes it's great to hear, I've heard other people say, you know, I've had to take 5 takes of this, and, you know, I've struggled too, because then when you're doing it, you feel okay. And you need to find like your process and what works for you. Some people just do the voiceover because that's what they feel comfortable with.
Yeah, no one's perfect. You're not going to do it if you do it first time.
But the thing is, when you watch someone post on Instagram, it is the perfect final version, and you're like, how did they do that?
Yeah, they would. Yeah, but you can see all the cuts.
Yeah,
like,
you can. Yeah. Come on, man. Like I see them all. Very good, awesome. Love all of this. When there was a point, again, I'm gonna guess 2019. The beginning of Mega Media TV.
Yeah, well, legally speaking, as a company, I established it in 2022. That's when, but I was just a sole trader then.
Yep.
But yeah, Mega Media has been around for a while. But yeah, like legally speaking, as a company, it's 2022.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
fair.
you are correct.
What was the thought process behind that?
What do you mean, like the thought? Why did I create Mega
so
Media?
for me, I've got Kicks Media.
Yeah.
The reason behind that was for the first 3-4 years, I was just Kenny Visuals.
Yeah.
But then once I had people work for me and things like that, I was like, people were reaching out and I'm sending someone else. They're like, who's this guy? I felt like I needed a name, and then I could kind of expand and be doing multiple things at once and be like, no, we're a team. This guy may shoot, I may shoot, this guy may edit. And that was mainly the reason. And then I could build off of that rather than me having to do everything. And when it's just your name, clients are expecting you every single time. So that's why I started it. But
mine's pretty much the exact same, to be honest. Obviously, I'm known for PeteyBoyTV.
Yeah.
So, you know, I wanted to work with some cool brands.
Yep.
If they're going to find me on Instagram, I don't think they'll take me very seriously. Where if I created a company, Mega Media, all of a sudden I could, you know, reach out to Rolex. I could reach out to Red Bull, whoever it was.
And
they would take you seriously because they think there's a team. Like, obviously, it was just me for a while, but then, like, slowly, gradually building the team. But yeah, it's just, you're not going to get like a unreal mega paid client, or you might do, to be fair. Like, maybe. I still have been reached out to, but for me, in my mental block was, I don't think like this massive client's going to reach out to PeteyBoyTV. So I was like, yeah, just create a company to make it look more official.
Yes, that makes sense. I had a guy on recently, Matt Horsepool, and he teamed up with a buddy, and they came up with a business name, and he said the exact same. He's like, brands took us seriously, even though it was just me and my buddy.
Yeah.
Like, it was 2 of us, but they would never know that. And when you show up as a business and you take yourself seriously, other people take you seriously too. And I think 100%. Even as an individual too, I've had that. When you show up and you've actually done your research on the client, you have contracts, you have a system and a process, like you can do that by yourself too. Like, you take yourself seriously and you show up, the reaction you get from clients is completely different rather than just turning up with your camera and saying, let's go.
Yeah.
Which I did for, at the start. I think most of us do. Like, we don't know what we're doing.
Run and gun.
Yeah, run and gun.
What's the terminology? Fail to prepare, prepare to fail.
Yeah, I guess so. And I guess that's just an extension of it.
Yeah.
Can we also talk about, and I think this is also a good like way to learn, I think. You had a little stint at Fortum Media.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a year and a half. I think that was like in the heat of COVID. So
oh wow.
Yeah, it was me and the OGs. So it was me, Tristan Sinnott, and Eggsy, known as Harden on Instagram, and obviously Chad, the owner, had such a good time. At that time, I feel like I was doing everything like I wanted to, but I just sort of wanted to join a team, and I saw these guys doing some really cool stuff, and I was like, I resonate with this. And it's actually a bit of a funny story behind that, because they put up this advert where they were looking to hire someone, and I'd seen it, but I was like, I don't know if I want to join a team or blah, blah, blah. But then I last minute was like, what's the worst that can happen? So I went and had a meeting with Chad, and then he's like, you've kind of buggered me here. And I was like, why is that? He's like, I've got to say no to all these people because you've showed up and I really like your work. And I was like, oh, awesome. So I did like a big old stint with them. I learned a lot. had a great time. And yeah, I sort of, I think creating my own company out of that, because obviously I wanted to expand and I want financial freedom and all that sort of stuff. So I sort of hit a point where I was like ready to move on. But yeah, no, I learned so much, and like still to this day, Tristan Sinnett is like one of the goats, absolute incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, you should get him on the podcast. He's a very cool dude.
Yep. That's so good. I've always, what would you say, advocated for that, because a lot of us, especially as creators, we feel like we need to do everything by ourselves. Like I'm going to freelance.
You need to learn to be part of a team for sure. It definitely helps. And I learned a lot from, it wasn't even just like the skills. It was, you know, working with a team, like making sure each day is fun, you know, like building a bit of having a hype, like posting on social media regularly to make sure, you know, everyone's seen and showing personality. It was so many different sides that you wouldn't normally see. Whereas by yourself, you're overthinking everything. Whereas you can sit down with a team and everyone gets to watch your video or their video and you're all inspired, and it just keeps the team going.
Totally. I feel like it would accelerate your learning so much more.
100%.
Like you're getting feedback, you're learning from other people who have different skills. You're probably learning on like how to run this type of business, which like you ended up doing. There's so much in there, and I feel like a lot of people like don't want to get a job. You know, but I'm like, getting a job within these teams could accelerate your learning so much more than you just trying to figure it all out by yourself and not having these people around. Like, it's such a good way. And you also force yourself to be creating every single day. Like when you're by yourself, you've got to put it on yourself. Like self-accountability.
Yeah.
When you're by yourself, you're going to wake up and watch Netflix for the first half of the day. Like you can, like no one's going to say anything to you.
Yeah.
Whereas like when you're in a team, you show up every morning, you make all these videos, and you're probably going to be way more productive within a year than you would on your own. I just think there's so many benefits to even like to doing that for at least a while.
Yeah.
Or you may enjoy loving it. Someone that's changed my mind about everything is my girlfriend. She works a 9 to 5. She works in fashion. She's a designer. Cool. She's been doing this forever.
Sick.
Started as an intern when she was young, like over 10 years doing this. Loves it. Loves it.
Sick.
And all of us, you know, talk about like not wanting to work a 9 to 5 and have this free. She's like, no, she absolutely loves it. And I was like, damn, so interesting, because I've never thought that way. But she like, you just do your job. When you're by yourself, you have to do all the admin, like all the shit you don't want to do, the sales, you have to pitch to clients, and a lot of that stuff takes you away from the creative work that you actually love doing.
Yeah.
Whereas like when you have a job or a 9 to 5, you go there and you do the thing you love, and then you also get to switch off. When you work by yourself, you don't have the luxury of switching off. You have the deadlines to meet and people to get back to. And there are so many times I'm just like, babe, I got to keep working. And she's like, cool, I'm just going to go do yoga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because she's just off.
Yeah.
And you have these set times. Yeah, like on the weekends, she's just like, I'm going to go shopping. Like, I'm going to go eat at the cafe. Like, she has all this. I'm like, I've got to get these jobs done.
I hope you're giving yourself some time as well.
I am. Well, she's teaching me. She's teaching me to prioritize those things at the same time.
100%.
Like I'm learning a lot through that, and I don't think. And I think that the thing is, the point is like you got to find what works for you.
Yeah.
Seeing someone do something doesn't mean that you have to do it also, because it may not work for you. Yeah. And sometimes getting a job, being a part of a team could be the best thing for you. Or working a 9 to 5, because, you know, there are so many other things. Like, it's not all positives when you're working for yourself. There's a lot of extra work that comes with it that you may not want to do or love to do.
Yeah,
but
working
you have
24/7 now.
Yeah, bro. It's true, though, you know, and they're the things that need to be shared. And I just thought it was important. I saw that you worked at Fortum, and I'm just such an advocate for it. I'm just like... I think you would have learned so much through that.
Not only to, obviously you end up going into a 9 to 5, but as photographers, videographers, video editors, we were still like working late occasionally.
Yeah.
But I think for me as well, I think to go join a team, another reason I did it was to actually, like, we are a creative, right? We're making art. Right? To get paid a salary by someone else for this thing you're creating, that, you know, like there's times where I'll make something and I'm like, this is all right, this is pretty good, but it's just like my art, and like, you know, the client will love it. Yeah. And you're like, I actually get paid for art. Like, it's kind of weird. So I was like, if I can have a job doing that, then I know it's like, it's real kind of thing, because I was just doing it by myself for so long, and I had clients and, you know, I got some sort of success, but I was like, all right, if we got here, how do we get here? I'm like, I'll join a team, I'll learn how a company works. And then, I'm like, oh, I can still get paid. And I'm like, okay, just how, like, the next step was like, all right, I want to leave this place and figure it out on my own. Like, and I just like challenges. I always think set yourself a like slightly high challenge, so you're always like leveling up. It's like a game. Like, life's a game, right? Just keep trying to level up. If you keep it the same the whole time, you get bored of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
So just a little level up, like a little bit difficult. Like, how do you level up, and then you'll love what you do.
So you're always like, you're constantly seeking growth.
Yeah.
I try to have that same level of self-awareness, and I think I've found that. Like, I'm not happy if I haven't like learned or grown in any way. If I'm showing up and everything's been the same for a few months and I'm just doing the same thing, even though I could be doing what I love every day, if I haven't grown, I realize I get not fidgety, but I'm not happy.
Yeah, it's like anything. We're human beings, so like we like a routine. I feel like that's probably one thing I'm pretty bad at, to be honest, is routine, because I like to try so many new and different things. But I do fall into a routine quite quickly, like every human being, and it's nice. But yeah, you want to like break bad habits, and you want to make sure you're trying new things so it keeps life interesting. Otherwise, just gonna be rolling like a hamster wheel down there.
Yeah, of course. But I think you're really good at this. From looking at what you do, there's a lot of, especially on your personal page, you're creating just for fun. Like, there's heaps.
This is so interesting. You've like done the homework.
Yeah, of course. But I learn a lot. Well, I'm in the same space too. So the thing is, I get to learn. I'm like, well, what are all these guys doing that I may not be doing? Like, what am I missing? So I learn just as much from doing these things. And something that you do a lot of that I wish I could do more of is just creating for fun. You've got videos where it's just like, me and my buddy went to watch the sunset.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? We're like, what was the point of that? And I'm like, he's just having fun. And he just loves creating, and he's doing it anyway. And there were two things that I thought about. I was like, there was a period a year ago, maybe this time last year, I was only creating for clients. Everything, like 100% of my work was client work, and I was so frustrated because I'm like, I've made 30 videos this week and not a single one was for me. And I was like, I'm creating for everyone but me, and I felt like shit. Tried to change that, right? I've got to create more for me, which is good. And now I'm in a better place. I'm creating more for me, but I feel like every time I'm creating for me, it's about something that I'm doing for work. It's like about the podcast or events or the studio. Like, I'm not promoting something, but I'm talking about, which is cool. Like, it's what I do. But then I watch you and you're just like, I just decided to go have fun today, and I'm going to document it because I just enjoy, like, that enjoyment comes out in what you do. And I'm like, I haven't created like that ever, or probably since I started. It's been years.
Well, it's also trying to make something cool from the average day. Do you know what I mean?
But
like,
for no reason.
Yeah, like you need it's like your mind's like an elastic band. If you just keep doing one thing and stretching it one way, it's only like, I'm trying to have fun with it as well.
Yeah, but you're intentionally like making time to do that. Like,
probably not as much right now because the business is growing.
Of course,
but I do try. That's why I also do like occasionally do like a spec ad. You ever done like a spec ad?
Yeah. I've seen you do a couple.
I think that is just, when you've got no one to tell you, change this, do that, or change the music. That's like every editor's worst nightmare. When you do something you're proud of and they're like, we love it, but can you change the music?
This fat list. No! It's going to ruin everything. Yes.
So that you just, I'll try to learn something new, because obviously there's so many transitions, effects. My one thing is I try to do something different in an edit, like whether it's, like, obviously everyone has like a style. It takes a long time to get your style, but try and do something different in each edit, whether it's like an AI transition or a flicker effect or a zoom through, or like find something. And the more you do it, the more you're gonna see those things. I love like the rule of thirds. I always like see things and I'm like, oh yeah. It's like, have you seen that viral video of how videographers see the world, and they're just like rotating around things with their eyes, like top down to bottom? And it's so true, because like I'm sure you do as well. You see something, you're like, oh, that'd be good to push through there. Seeing the world as a photographer, videographer.
You've got permanent like grids. When you're
going behind like something in front of you, you're like, foreground. Oh yeah, it's a main.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, that's good. And you're absolutely right. I feel like I felt that when I was talking about like only doing work for clients and none for myself, was because of that. They'd come back and you're essentially creating for them. So it has to be whatever they want at the end of the day. So it is change the music, change these clips, change these edits. And by the end of it, a lot of the time, it doesn't even feel like your work anymore. Because you're like, I wouldn't have done any of this.
Yeah.
And even trying new things. I still remember I made this edit and I was trying new things, but it was client work. So I was like trying different and he was like, dude, I love it, but I don't know what happened at like 42 seconds, but can we get rid of that? And I was just trying shit. But it made me realize, like, if I want to do those things, I have to do it in my own time and create time to make my own videos. Because when I make my own videos, I can do whatever music I want. I can literally try absolutely anything and no one's going to tell me what to do.
You ever like try to dabble a bit, like use an anamorphic lens?
No, I've wanted to. I've seen.
Yeah, I'd highly recommend.
I've seen people use it
trying.
and post their videos. Looks
Yeah, you don't even have to find like an expensive one. I think just learning that as well, because obviously it's a compressed. Like you know about
yeah, I do.
Yeah. So you have to like de-squeeze it and all that sort of stuff, and it's wider than it is. If it's a 50 mil, it's actually a 35, and it looks more movie-like. And I think just trying a new bit of kit or a new bit of lens keeps it stimulating. It's like yes, you might see it as I've just gone to shoot something for sunrise, but you're probably finding I'm using a brand new lens, or I'm using some like a new monitor or a whatever it is, or a new adapter or something like something I've bought to keep it like you want to go use it. Like I'm a big kid at Christmas when you get something from Amazon and you're like, oh, I can't wait to use this lens. I'll go and shoot and use it for me.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's so cool, but because you've been doing this for so long now, right? If we say that you started in 2018, 7 years in, do you find it challenging? Not challenging, but you sound like you keep pushing yourself to learn more. Like you don't sound comfortable with where you're at.
No, I am comfortable. Honestly, I think the hardest thing for me is probably these days editing, because everything looks the same. Like I see the same thing. Like even if it is cool, whether you're trying to do some sort of transition, it's all becoming samey, to be honest.
Yes.
That's why I'm like going into anamorphic lenses and trying new things. But these days, I just like teaching people or like inspiring, like lighting a fire up someone's ass, as you would say it, and just giving them a few tools and then seeing them improve. I'm enjoying that more, so I think that's why I'm trying to grow my personal brand and just talk more rather than just making cool cinematic things. Because I have done it for a while, which is fantastic, and I'm blessed. But
What makes you want to teach? Is it because you feel like you've learned a lot in this time?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's one thing. Like I find, you're trying to help someone out. You either love it or you don't. You're either like, you should never keep all your tools to yourself. But I just find like I've been a mentor to like a few people, and like every time everyone's like, you're harsh, but you're real with it. Like I'm quite brutally honest, to be completely frank with you, but I do it because I care.
Yes.
Like if you're someone I don't care about, I'll just be like, yeah, that's really good. But I'm actually like, you wouldn't know because you don't know me that well.
Yes.
But like all my best friends, they'll watch this and they'll be like, it's brutal, but like it makes you work harder, like you'll get results, because they care. They're like, oh, Pete's gonna say this is bad if I don't do this and this, and I'm like, look how good that video is now. Did you listen? But like again, I'll circle back to like, we are creating art, like something that's in your head. Like yes, you're pressing record or you're taking a photo, but you're finding that angle or whatever it is in your own way, and there's a million different ways to do it, but you're getting paid for an art form, so why not like share what you like learned and let people do it as well? Because like I still remember the moment being like, wait, I can get paid to do this? I'm like, are you kidding me? Like this just is fun. And people are like, no, I'll pay you. Like that's crazy.
So true. But I feel like we need more people like you. And I know that this probably isn't, I've been hesitant to like share this perspective.
Okay.
But there's been a video that's gone like super viral recently, and it's this guy, and he's like, you should just like your friend's post immediately before you even see it. Just like it before even knowing what they're talking about. Like that post, because you should be a good friend. And I saw it and I'm like that's cool, but at the same time, like I would rather have, like, that's being a nice friend. Like,
oh, you're not a nice friend?
Well, no, man, but I'm like, a good friend will tell you, hey, man, like, this could be better. Like, I would rather, like, don't like it just for the sake of liking it. Like, tell me if it's good. I want to know if it's good or not. Like, tell me if it sucks. I would rather, and they're the good friends. Like, a good friend will tell you and give you proper feedback rather than just giving you likes for the sake of getting likes.
But I think they're more leaning into, like, yeah, you can probably behind the lines say it's not that great or give them constructive criticism or feedback or whatever. But I think they're just saying to support your friends.
Yeah, I think there's so many different ways you can be supportive.
Yeah.
And it's like, I would rather you leave a comment with feedback rather than like a fire emoji.
Yeah, fair.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
rather than just liking it for the sake of liking and just scrolling past. I'm like, that's cool, but I'd rather you tell me, like, just drill. Yeah, man.
This is rubbish.
I would love that. I really would. But then I'm going to improve rather than thinking I'm good and I'm not.
100%. Yeah, I'll only do it to like people that I know are invested. Like I've had people ask me, like, I'd love you to mentor me, and like I probably shouldn't say this on camera, but I'll just come up with some sort of excuse or whatever. But you know, if I see you got fire behind your eyes and I can actually help you, I'd love to. Like, why not? Why not help?
Yeah,
people.
Of course.
I don't really understand why you wouldn't, but I'll only, like I said, I'll do it to people care about, because obviously you're giving a lot of time.
Exactly, especially when you get busier too, right? Like your time becomes valuable.
100%.
And you want to give that advice and that time to people that actually really want to take it seriously, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
I think an awesome thing to lead off of that is, if you are not sure what you want to do in life, do something you'll hate and you'll soon find out what you love.
Yeah? Talk more about that.
Well, I used to be an electrician.
Yeah, very good.
Hated being an electrician. It was just my next door neighbor in the UK was the managing director. So I was like, oh, I'll do that, because I was just like a skateboarder in a band.
Yeah.
I just did not want to work or go to university. I didn't go to university. So leaned into being a sparky just because I thought it was easy. I'd have a trade behind me. My parents weren't too impressed with it, but I was like, at least I'm getting a trade. Did that for years. And like, that's what enabled me to be able to come here to Australia and get residency. So like, I'm grateful for it. I earned all this money and have a trade, and occasionally, you know, my mate needs something fixing or whatever, and I'm like, I was an electrician. I can do it. But I hated it. I detested going into work every single day, and I would just try, like, my first thing was skateboarding. I thought I was going to be a professional skateboarder. I've like won competitions and stuff, and I've got like a whole history of that. And it's got a big place in my heart. Skateboarding, love it to pieces. And then I wanted to be in a band, and I did that. I toured the UK a couple of times. So like, everything I do, I lean into it 100%. And this was like the first time, you know, it took me, I was like 25 to 27 before I figured out that it was content I wanted to do. And it wasn't until like I put myself in the deep end, challenged myself to make a video every single week for a year, that I found out that it was something that I loved. And I started making money from it. And now I've got a whole career, which is kind of crazy. I hate talking about myself usually. So.
No, that's the whole point of this, bro.
I know, but so, talk about me. I'm like,
I'm like, keep going, dude, keep going.
yeah, that's probably the only thing I was nervous about coming there. I'm like, oh no, I've got to talk about myself. Like, I don't mind it as long as it helps people, but
yeah, it does. It's helping me already.
Yeah.
That's a good point, and it reminded me of I remember watching a Peter McKinnon video.
Yep.
And the story that he's told a couple of times is what is it? Someone told him, you never dream on a beach, right? When you're on holidays, you're not dreaming, you're not setting any goals, everything's comfortable. And he used to work in like a warehouse, like a shitty job that he hated.
Yep.
And it was near the airport. And on his break, he'd look up and he'd just watch the airplanes. And he'd be like, one day I want to be traveling and I want to be doing that for work.
Yeah.
But when you're doing something you hate, that's when you dream. That's when you're like, I'm actually going to do something about this.
100%.
And change. And sometimes it is. It's exactly what you said. You know, sometimes you have to be in that spot to know what you don't want.
Yeah, you're not always going to know what you want to do. Like, it took me, like I said, 25 years plus to figure it all out. Like, I tried so many different lanes, but just whatever you're going to do, 100% go into it. And you got to earn money, you got to do a job. So it doesn't really matter when you're super young. Like, forget about all those financial stresses for now. Just do whatever makes you happy, and you'll soon figure it out.
Yeah, do the thing. But
also, I've literally just said, do what you hate. If you want to figure out, if you're stuck and you don't know, do something you hate.
Do what I love or do what I hate, man. Come on. Oh, bro. And you mentioned earlier that like everything's starting to look the same. It's getting frustrating. I've thought about this too, and I feel like if we're all on social media, we're getting our inspiration from the exact same place. It looks the same because our inspiration is coming from other people we see in the scroll.
Yeah.
And I think personally a way to break out of that is like to find your inspiration elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I've heard people talk. There was a guy I heard this. I was listening to recently who went back on YouTube and was looking at. He was a music video guy. He's like, I watched music videos from the 90s, and like we think that's old, but he was like, I was getting so much inspiration because it's so different to what you see on the scroll, and he was taking ideas from there, and it made his work look different to what we see.
100%.
Are there other places where do you get your inspiration from outside of socials?
Yeah, it's such a good question, that, because literally one of my friends who's now living in London that was creative here in Sydney is doing something similar. He's actually like finding like art books and all that sort of stuff, or like how to get out of a creative rut and stuff. And they're all saying similar things. They're finding creative assets outside of social media. Honestly, I do spend a lot of time on YouTube, and like, if it depends, if I find when you're searching for inspiration, it's quite hard to find. You just sort of, it sounds so stupid, but you gotta like, when you're searching for something, it's hard to find it. You just gotta like just start doing it. Like I normally just like write down some ideas, but for me, if I like say I was gonna go shoot a music video or an event and I was seeking inspiration, similar to what you've just said, I would probably just go watch like a recap video from like Tomorrowland, but years ago, and like just take one thing. So like most of my recap videos from like any events or festivals, they've all got a rough structure, but they're all like, you can see the similarities. So like an ultra recap festival where, you know, they'll grab a group of people and they'll get them to do like whatever symbol it is. You know, I'll do that, but I get them to put their hands up or do something different. So it's just like, what can one thing you can get from like a recap video or a music video or blah blah blah. But these days, honestly, I don't like, everyone doom scrolls, right? But I hate it. I try to put my phone on black and white. I got the triple click.
I've heard that works. Does it work?
It does, but you get bored of it very quickly and you want to come back to color, back to life. But it's good to stop the distractions, because like doom scrolling and going for and looking for inspiration, the only time I'll do that is if I need like a real idea. Like say I've got a client where I'm doing their personal brand, I'm just like, I will scroll to find something and I'll just quickly save it and then move on. But don't be flicking for inspiration. It just sucks your soul away. Like no way. Like YouTube's better because you can go, I'd say honestly, older stuff is better because you can reinvent it, reinvent the wheel. But like newer stuff, I definitely like AI right now is unreal. But yeah, it's gonna be a very cool shift soon where are people still gonna be aiming for like the human side, or are they leaning into like we want it all AI? So it's gonna be a cool shift in like the next couple of years.
It's gonna be very interesting to see how that all pans out. In terms of where I see you get inspiration from, where I see,
mate, you've done a deep dive.
I have, man. I do. I enjoyed it. I was having too much fun. But then it also reminds me of other things. So, like, you are a prime example, and I've said this on like many episodes before. But do you know Colin and Smee? No. Okay, they're like these massive. They'd be YouTubers, I guess. They've got their own podcast, but I'd call them podcasters.
People. I feel like if I saw
these
the face,
guys are
maybe
huge over there, right? They're massive, and they interview all these massive creators over in the States. But something that they always talk about, and I've mentioned it so many times, is in order for art to imitate life, you have to have a life. Like you have to get out there and do things. And that was something I had to learn the hard way. I was in my room editing, working 7 days a week, and I wasn't doing anything. And how are you supposed to get inspiration? Your only source of inspiration is scrolling because you're never living a life. You are someone who looks like just gets out there, bro. And in terms of finding inspiration, I feel like you just live a life that makes it easy to create.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I feel so seen.
Don't you think? I don't know.
I think honestly, from what you're saying is just, it took me a long time to find friends that just want to go do shit. Like go do fun stuff.
How did you find these friends?
All on Instagram. So we're talking ages ago, but like Fabio, who's known as Fabrizi on Instagram, he's like an FPV dude. He lives in Melbourne now, and he's like traveling the world. He's living the dream as a content creator. I was speaking to him on Instagram, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I just want to get cool people doing cool things," and I was like, "I'm fully on board."
That's me.
So like he set up this thing where we literally picked up 2 McLarens, and we were going to do FPV videos, so like the aerial drone that looks like a bird, and then he was like, "We'll get you on the video." And we did that. We did that for fun, created some cool content, and then people were like, "Oh, can we come to the next one?" So then very quickly we found Zach and Sam, and then they were like the travel guys who would like just do cool stuff. They'd go sandboarding, they'd go like on the like cool beach, they do snowboarding, all these like cool things. I'm like, I want to do that too. And we created a friend group, and we started saying we were going to do all these things, and then we would just go and do it. Like someone would have an idea like once a month, and we'd just go have fun, and everyone would be interested in the content side of it. So we'd all make our own rendition of the video. And it's just, that's
you
where
guys
it
are just doing this for fun?
Yeah. Like these days I find like we're always like, me and my close circle friends are always talking about it. We need to go do that fun stuff again, but it's all because we're like growing companies, growing a business.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, like they've been absolute legends. They literally just bought me a snowboard because my new thing now is snowboarding. So we're going to go Japan in January, and I can't wait to like, again, make content and get snowboarding again.
That's so cool.
Yeah, you just need to find doers, like people that want to go do the cool, fun stuff. Because what it comes down to is like photographers, videographers, video editors, we all do, like, you'll end up doing the late nights. That's fine. Do it to get to a certain level. But yeah, like you're saying, go out, have some fun, find your people that, you know, feel that fire in you, and just have some fun while you're doing it. Because like, that's why we do it, right?
Yeah, it is. It's cool that you've done that, because one of the most common obstacles or struggles that a lot of creatives have, especially the ones that I talk to, is that they're lonely. They don't have their creative friends.
Sounds like we've got a good idea here. Let's create a group for... I was thinking about doing that for ages. Just like a group, just go do like minimum once a fortnight or once a month, just like a fun group activity. And like you can shoot it if you want, or you can just connect with people.
Yes, exactly. And I'm finding that... Totally, man. Well, I'm finding it from doing those events that I was telling you about.
Oh, sick.
I just do them at the studio, but like that's what you keep hearing. And it's like, oh, it's so cool that you did this, because I got to meet all these creatives that I didn't know before.
Yeah.
And whereas like that's a good idea, because you also get to shoot something cool. Like if you're organizing something where people can go out and shoot those sunsets and everything else.
Yeah.
Not only do you get to meet the other creatives, you also get to shoot something cool if you want to as well.
Yeah.
It's something that it's weird, because you hear that and you're like, really? Because then you see people like you, and you're hanging out with like 5 buddies traveling all over the place, and there are people that are actually, I guess it's just looking for them, being open to meeting new people.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a lonely place. Like, just put yourself out there. Honestly, Instagram, like I said, love and hate relationship, because obviously it is kind of part of the job to making sure you're creating consistent content. But like, reach out to people. Like I still to this day, like occasionally, like someone will fly over from somewhere and I'll get a message being like, hey, I've been watching you for a while, blah, blah, blah. I would love to like set up something cool. Do you got any recommendations? Just be open to it. And like, if you're the other way around, just ask. If you don't ask, you don't get. Like, if you think someone's cool and they're doing something, just ask them if you can come to something. What are they going to say? No, big deal. Like, just keep asking. People do like helping people.
Yes, you're so right. I've learned that through this pod.
Yeah.
You just ask. People either don't reply, or they end up sitting next to you, and you have a chat, you know?
That's it.
And it is that. It's just learning to like, just ask and not be afraid to reach out. Sometimes it is that. I think people are looking like, oh, it's that same thing of like not thinking you're not worthy, but it's like at the beginning you're like, oh, there's no way they'd reply to me, or they'd want to hang out with me. Like, who am I?
Yeah, but don't think about yourself that way. No way. You just gotta put yourself out there and ask. I mean, like, what do you want from life? Figure it out how you can do it. Set yourself a goal or a challenge, and just keep asking.
Surround yourself around the people that are, trying to do the same thing as you.
It's just got Red Bull in it. I feel like I can feel something.
I think there's a bit of caffeine in there, man. It's working. It's working.
This guy asked me when I got here, do you want a coffee? I was like, no, I've already had 2. He gives me some caffeine in. I'm like, I'm starting to buzz.
And you warned me too. You're like, I probably shouldn't have a 3rd, because I don't know where that's going to send me.
But I said yes to it, so it's my own fault.
Oh shit, that's hilarious. Your inspiration, like let's go 2 people, because it sounds like you know a few people. Who's someone that you know that inspires you, and someone that you've never met that like inspires you from afar? Like, oh mate, wish I could meet that guy one day.
Oh, I need some thought on that one. Someone I know that inspires me. I'd probably go to Tristan Sinnott. That guy is a creative genius. Yeah, I could speak about him for ages, but he was part of Fortum Media. He's now gone off on his own, and I think it's because the way I put it when I explain it to people is, I think because he was an artist, like I think he was doing like animations and stuff, like before he was doing photography and videography.
Drawings.
I think he sees things differently. So like, I remember we always like challenge each other. So in Fortum Media, we had to do a end of month recap every month. And obviously at that time, it was only me, Eggsy, and Tristan, and occasionally another couple of people that would come in. So like each month we'd have to like take everyone's content and make a really cool recap of the entire month of what we did. And obviously it's not going to get worse, is it? It has to get better. So it'd be more challenging. But every month we'd be like, what are you going to do? And he would always just come up with like the coolest way of doing things. Like he was like the first to, I used it in a recent edit, but he like created a world in After Effects and like zoomed through it and was like one of the first to do like the zoom into like Google Maps. Because obviously I think it was done, like Sam Calder might have done it like years and years ago. But I've just literally, out explaining all that, I'd say probably Sam Calder or someone like that. They are creatively, I've never met Sam Calder, but it's too obvious. I like to go for something a bit more challenging, but I just want to go meet someone that was doing what like similar to me, but like on another scale. So without thinking about it too hard, someone like Sam Calder or like that one blonde kid does like me on steroids. Like he goes and does cool snowboarding videos and like really cool stuff. There's so many cool creatives out there that are doing cool things. So I need a bit more thought. But yeah, I'd probably just go. Sam Calder seems like a level-headed, cool dude and very, very cool.
He's inspired a lot of people.
Yeah.
The amount of times.
OG.
Yeah, totally.
The Luma Fade.
So many people. They're like, when they talk about like when they started, they're like, Sam Calder got me into doing this. Yeah. I watched one of his videos and that was it. I was hooked.
Yeah.
Totally. I get that. Someone... I think I want to make a video about this one guy, and this is, I don't even know if this is off topic, but I love being inspired by people that are like, I don't even know. There's so many people, especially on YouTube, where I'm just like, small creative, you have no idea who I am. No one's probably even watching your channel, but I will watch every single one. Man. And I love how some people just lean into what we were talking about before. You know how everything's looking the same? And it's like, no, just do what you love, man. Like, you don't need to copy everyone else.
Yeah.
And there's this guy I've been watching recently. His name's Plant Man P.
Okay.
And all he talks about is plants.
Fair.
Like, he just loves plants. And he makes videos about like different types of plants and how you should pot your plant and how do you bring your plant to life. Bro, but his content's gun. Okay, like, it's so good. Like, it's cinematic. And I watch all these YouTube videos. I started following on Instagram. And this guy will just like, he's like, I just love plants.
Man can plant a seed.
Yeah, man. But it's like, you can grow. But I was like, you can just grow by just talking about what you like. Like, you don't need to be copying everyone else. You don't need to do all these crazy extravagant things. Because like, some people think, I need to be doing the craziest shit. Dude's just talking about plants. And like, he's gaining a following and that. Sick. But I'm just like, he's like, no, I'm just going to talk about what I love because this is what I love doing. Yeah. And I just wanted to, while you were talking, I was like, fucking Plant Man P. I've never met him. I'd love to meet him.
Fair. I'm going to have to do
And if I message him, he'd be like, who the hell are you? Like, someone from Sydney. He's in like LA.
Oh, man.
He'd just be like, what, how? But yeah, totally. And that's me trying to find inspiration in other areas, rather than always looking at like the people that are doing exactly the same thing I'm doing. Yeah. Like, you can find it. There are people out there doing things that can inspire you. And
another one would be Casey Neistat. I reckon he'd be a cool person to.
I went to New York
just to have a good conversation with, and then again he'd like want to go do something cool.
Yeah. The way that he talks, he gets you inspired.
Yeah.
I went past his office the other month.
Oh, you didn't know you were in New York? Sick.
And we were close by, and I was like, I know it's in this area, and I went looking, man. It was so cool.
You were that guy.
I was that guy. I was out. You can see inside his office. That's like, the windows are open. I'm like, there it is. So, I was the biggest creep, bro.
I bet loads of people do it. I'm sure he gets it all the time. Yeah, surely.
And no one, I don't know. I was like looking around, like, people are going to think I'm weird. I just got the phone out. I was like, I need to film this.
You got to do it.
Yeah, I had to do it. I feel like the biggest tourist.
I've watched plenty of his vlogs, and I'm like, people do like just randomly go like, Casey, like, he's so chill with it.
Yeah.
To have like that level of fame and just be absolutely calm with it, you know, not biting anyone's head off. I think that's just cool as well.
It is very cool, and I love I love all this. I guess you talked about wanting to lean into building your personal brand recently.
Yep.
What brought that on, firstly?
Oh, good question. I mean, I think it's just something I've been talking about for ages because, originally I was just making fun videos and I guess I got lucky. I just consistently posted. To get the following that I had, I just posted every single day, like twice a day for like 3 months. So it was very...
I don't think that's luck, bro. That's work.
Yeah, it was hard work.
I just got lucky.
Yeah,
like, bro, that's a lot of work.
At first, it was just like, I was just posting for the sake of posting.
I just got lucky.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's hard to do daily. Trust me,
3
I
months,
burn
bro.
out. But
What's that, 30, 60, 90, what, twice a day? That's almost 200 videos.
yeah, I did twice a day.
Yeah,
I did
lucky
first
guy.
thing in the morning and at 7 p.m. at night. It was a ritual.
Yeah, wow.
But yeah, I don't know if that works so much these days, but I think
true.
why I went into personal brand is just I've been talking about it. I want to like help people, and I'd rather like I've created quite a few videos on my Instagram and on TikTok where it was just like tips and tricks for editing. I think I'm like falling back into like like your Ryan Nangles, the people that I learned from. I'm just trying to help the me of 10 years ago, that was struggling, like, how do I edit quicker? It's like, well, use markers, like to the beat of the music, and then you can snap to it and you've just saved someone hours. And then there's all this information that I know, and I just feel like I'm like not gatekeeping it. Like I have plenty of people and I teach people and all that sort of stuff. And my people that I bring on, employees and contractors, like always teaching them. But I'm like, there's probably more people if I just actually put myself on the camera. So I've just wanted to make it more of a thing to actually press record and film myself doing it. And because I eventually want to tell stories as well, because a lot of cool stuff has happened. I've traveled to cool places. I've worked with like incredible people. And like for instance, been to the closest to Mount Everest. And that was from going on tour with some DJs called Bonker. Just went to like, base camp 4, got flown in a helicopter on no sleep and literally could see the top of Mount Everest.
Wow.
Like couldn't breathe because it was ridiculous high altitude, so you're like struggling to breathe. I'm pretty much hungover because I haven't slept because we partied the night before filming content, and I'm just like, I had no words, and I've got footage of it, just me like,
wow,
I couldn't say anything. And then they'd arrive and I'm back on the game videoing them coming in. I'm just like, what is my life? We're literally like on top going, we're at Mount Everest, what's going on? Like,
that's insane.
So I just want to tell stories.
Yeah, I feel like you'd have a lot of stories to tell. Going through and seeing the life you've lived so far, there'd be a lot of stories in there.
There's a few, yeah. But again, it comes down to like, I've gone to tell these stories, but it's also like, it is hard to speak to the camera and tell these stories and give it away. But that's something I want to get over, like stop holding on to these cool stories, because like I used to do, like, I don't know about yourself. Like, where are you originally from? Are you based here?
Yeah, I was born here, based here. My parents are from South America.
Sick. So I'm obviously British. So like our heritage is like pubs, right? And you'd always want to go to the pubs with your mate and tell a cool story. Yes. And I like that I've been able to create a company and have stories from this. And I still I go back every year to see friends and family, and I just can't wait to tell them certain stories.
Yes.
And I think that's kind of where I come from.
That's really good. Do you have a plan when so like say you've just recently decided, I'm going to build my personal brand. Is there a plan on how to do that? From what you've just said, I feel like there's a lot of people giving out value and lessons right now, and they'll sit there like you have and say, this and this is like a tip that I could give. This is me speaking personally. I feel like if I were to try and build my personal brand, being you, I would give those same lessons through the stories that you've lived.
Yeah.
Is that what's your plan? That's me just putting my little plan.
I've got two sort of road plans. So I'm going to do the story side. It's just going to see what works, but I personally want to tell the stories and the things that have happened, because I've got I've got hilarious stories, I've got crazy stories, blah, blah, blah. But then I also want to help people. So I'm just going to try both of them and see what works. And then it's just for me personally, I'm just going to try post like minimum once a week for like the next year and make sure it's for me, and it's not like helping people where I can, but also just doing something different, because I haven't done pieces to camera. Like I've done it for clients day in, day out, but like to set yourself up, it's just nice to do it. And it's only going to help, like if you're talking about things that you know and love, people are going to start trusting you more. So it's just like another version, like, I don't know, through the company, it's more like business savvy. Do you know what I mean? Like, putting yourself out there and spreading that knowledge is only going to help company wise as well. Not just like I can go and have fun. I can do that anytime, but like giving knowledge as well. Like people are going to trust you more.
100%.
Not like I'm going to abuse the trust or anything. It's just more like the more people trust you, the more they're going to put more money into you and all that sort of stuff. So it's all like a rough roadmap.
It does come back. Like one, you do it because you're enjoying it, but what would it, side effect? Something that comes out of it. And I found it from this too, from two things. the pod and like running events, just by doing it because I love it, people then reach out to you, even clients, because they're like, oh, you're talking about all these things, you've got the pod, you must be the guy. Sure.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're out there teaching these things, oh, he's teaching, he's showing all these, you must be the guy for X.
Yeah, honestly, like to lean into that as well, these sit down videos where I'm talking about whether it's personal brand or giving tips, it's sort of like content that I just enjoy shooting as well. Like it's fairly easy. I can just have fun with like After Effects with the text and all that sort of stuff. And it's just all about lighting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm putting less, like I obviously have planned what I want to talk about and stuff. So I'm learning knowledge about talking to camera again, because it had been so long since I vlogged. You know, when I first started doing it, I was really struggling. I'm like, oh, this is tough. But after a while, I get used to it again. It was getting easier and easier. So I just talked about that. Like, it's hard to, not everyone can talk to camera. It's harder than it looks.
You've got lived experience.
Yeah. So the more you do it, the easier it gets. But it's just like, I want to do this for people that want to talk about and help people. So I'm like, oh, I should be doing it myself.
Yes.
So like, I'm practicing what I preach. You know what I mean? I talk about, you should do this. You know, I'm sure you do it all the time, but you know, a business will come to you and they're like, oh, what do you think we should do? And you give them all these ideas. And if you're saying, oh, I think, you know, say this person's a millionaire and they're in health or whatever it is, oh, you should be talking about this.
Yes.
If I'm not doing it.
And you're not doing it.
Yeah. I'm like, I need to be doing what I'm preaching to other people, you know, like grow your personal brand, talk about, do this. I'm like, I'm not doing it. And I've been saying this for ages. So, all right, I'm going to stop making excuses and just like once a week, all right, get something done.
Yeah, true. Do you feel like you're also in a position to teach because you've been doing this for so long? I feel like there's a lot of people online now, everyone wants to teach, but they don't have the lived experience. Like, they've been doing this for a year, they've had one viral video, and all of a sudden they're teaching everyone else how to do something. Whereas like you can talk from experience, like you've actually, the things you're teaching are things that you've actually been through for 7 years, which again brings a certain level of trust to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Which puts you in a position to actually be the guy to listen to.
Yeah, I don't know. I
don't want to. I know.
I hate it.
I knew you were going to say that.
Wait, is this still on? Yeah.
Don't scare me, bro. You know.
It's still recording.
You're messing with my head. What about the vlog? What about bringing the vlog back? Can this be a possibility when it comes to...
So I've sort of, like, maybe not vlogging, but in the business I've started doing like more behind the scenes, and I've just posted on Mega Media, like we did an expo, just showing personality again. I don't know if I might lean into it. It is fun, but I think, me personally, I think if I was to lean into YouTube again, I'd need like someone that is invested in doing it, because I'm more invested like right now in like personal brand, helping like how do I get to financial freedom and not be a dick about it? There's so many people out there that's like, yeah, but in my course do this, and I'm like, I want to make a course, but everyone's like buggered it, and I'm like, I don't really want to do a course. I just wanna, how can I help people without being a dick? So yeah, I mean, to answer your question, maybe, but I'd rather have someone do it where I can talk to the camera, but I'd rather have someone else do it, because I don't know if I like love editing like a longer form video these days.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. So I'd rather someone that enjoys it, that believes in the story or the company, and then they can do it. So we've started doing it. Sorry, we're doing it a little bit, but it's a lot of work. Yeah,
it is. And a lot of these things do take a lot of work, and something that I've struggled with, I told you before we started, is like being excited and wanting to do too many things, and then narrowing it down to the things that I really love doing. Yeah. How do you narrow down the things you really want to do? Like you're trying to run a business, you're doing all these things, you're finding time to still enjoy yourself and travel. You want to build your personal brand. You're thinking about maybe possibly a vlog. Like that all takes time and energy and effort. Yeah. Can you do all those things at the same time, or is there a point where you have to kind of just decide?
I'd say if you want to do something well, lean into it 100%. So I tell people this all the time, but if you were to do a million things at once, imagine it like a bar chart, and they're all slowly going up. You know, you're going to get nowhere fast. But if you lean into something, like put all of your eggs into one basket, like just for a set amount of time, that's why I do like something for 1 year minimum. Set yourself a achievable schedule, do it well, get good at it, become a professional. Then you can go do something else. Like, it's fine to do little bits here and there, I find. But lean into something with intention, care about it, give a fuck about it, so excuse my French, and just do it well, because You know, would you rather employ someone that's really good at like video editing, or like, yes, you want someone that does everything, but if you're like a specialist in this one lane, like whether it's video editing or photography or videography, you're going to get booked more than you're like, oh, I'm okay at photography, videography and video editing. You know, like for me first, I found the biggest challenge was like video editing, like how to do things quickly. And I think that's why like my company gets booked, is because we're speed. You know, we can turn things around on the day. We can go shoot like I've gone and shot like Paramount Plus, like at the Formula One, and you know they need 5 pieces of content on the day, and you know I can shoot it, then edit it, get it done in like less than 4 hours, and they post on the same day, and it does really well. Yeah. Like who else can do that? It takes a lot of training to be able to do that.
Exactly.
It's the pressure, it's the making sure it's good quality, it's hard work, but you'll get paid better for it.
Exactly. And I think going back to a point we spoke about earlier, focusing on that one thing also makes people realize that you're serious about it.
Yeah.
If you're, it's another thing that I've felt is like, if you're only doing that one thing, like you're the guy that does, you're the editor, you're the video guy, I would trust you more than the other guy who's doing like 6, 7 other things.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing like me, you're doing a podcast, you're doing events, you're doing that. Maybe you're not that serious about this. Whereas like the guy who's just doing that shows that he's serious about it.
Yeah, 100%.
And you'd expect,
but you want to become a master of like a few things, obviously. You don't I wouldn't say like always have your eggs in one basket, but like get to a certain degree. Yeah, get to a point where you're proficient, you're professional, or you're very good at this thing, and then move on rather than trying to attack a million things. Otherwise, you're just going to burn yourself out.
I agree. To get towards the end here, you recently made a video, which is great because I usually ask a question. What would you do if you started over as a creative? And the great thing is you literally made a video about this like a week ago. And you gave us 5 points. So I thought a great idea would be to go through those 5 points on what you would do if you started over again as a creative. And maybe you can expand on them a little bit.
Okay.
Rule number 1, make a plan. Set aside time to create one piece of work each week for 1 year minimum. That's a big commitment.
But... I just feel like this one's so obvious, but you know, like imagine you've never. I love a metaphor or something like visual, but
hit me.
Like you're a footballer. You've never played football. You want to be a professional football player. Do you really think, like, without doing that for a minimum a year, 2 years, 3 years, and you need to go play it consistently, do you ever think you'll be a professional football player? They do that from when they're like 6 years old, and they might be professional by they're 18. I'm giving you like a rough goal, a rough strategy for just 1 year, and you're saying that's such a massive commitment. If you're starting again and you're not willing to invest a year, it's not for you.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good point. Like, I had a guy, Ben Mackay, who I was talking about earlier. Last week, he was talking about like being a pro. Like be a pro. Like a pro shows up no matter what. You set that goal of doing it every week. A pro would turn up whether they feel like it or not. And there's an element to being a pro in this, and not just doing it whenever you feel like it.
100%. It grows like resilience as well. Like there's definitely times when I did the like one video a week for a year, I ended up doing a year and a half. Like I got addicted to it, but at first, you know, it'd be so close. It'd be like 2 days before, I'm like, oh, I haven't thought of anything. Oh, I don't really. Do I have to do it? But just showing up and getting it done, like the feeling after when you completed it is so like it's satisfactory. You're ticking something off. You're like, oh, I learned something new. That feeling is what you'll get addicted to. So that's why I'm saying, you know, having that accountability for that 1 year, honestly, after like not even a month, you'll be addicted to it anyway. You'll be like, I can't wait for my next video, and then you'll end up doing more than you'll end up doing like 2 a week, 3 a week, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're above everyone else.
And I feel like those habits carry over to other parts of your life.
It's like the gym, you know? No one wants to go for their first run or the first gym. You never want to go, but I don't think I've ever met someone that's gone to the gym and gone, oh, I feel like rubbish now. You're always like, oh, I did it. I ticked something off. Like, same with running. When you go for your first run, it sucks. It's really hard. But like, think of so many people are running right now, all these run clubs. You get runner's high, right? But running your first mile sucks. It's horrible. You're like, this is the worst thing ever. But like in a month's time, when you've done a run like minimum like once a week, you'll start loving it, and you'll be like, I've just ticked off my first 10K, and all of a sudden it's all exciting. But your first one, starting is the hardest. Like think of yourself in a year's time when you're loving it.
And setting that goal is a good way to force yourself to get past that first shitty bit.
100%.
Rule number 2.
Step 2.
Don't overthink the gear. It's not all about the gear. It's about the idea.
Yeah.
Use what you have and develop your skills. Upgrade only when needed.
Yeah. What do you want me to talk about this one? I mean, I started off with like a Sony A5000 with like a little flip up screen. It was a terrible camera, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it did the job. I just shot in auto and it was more completing the task. You'll only start upgrading your gear when you actually care about it. I think the intention behind creating something is what you need to learn first, and actually completing things, ticking off. Just tick things off, and then the gear will matter when you outgrow it.
Yes.
You know, I hear everyone makes excuses. Even I make excuses. Everyone makes excuses. But if you can reduce those excuses, you'll start getting stuff done.
Yeah, very good. And I had someone speaking about it earlier, like gear, especially cameras, like it has limitations, right? But if you're nowhere near reaching those limitations, like there's no reason to try and like upgrade to anything. Yeah. And it's only once you've hit those limitations, and then maybe there's certain shots or lenses that you want to use that the camera you currently have no longer allows you to do, which most people are nowhere near that point. That's when you probably should start investing in other things if you want to be more creative. But for like 99.9% of people, and for the first year of starting out, you can probably shoot a lot by just coming up with cool ideas, right? Fun
100%.
ideas
It's
and
more
telling
about
a good
the
story.
idea, definitely. Yeah.
Especially in your first vlogging days, you were just coming up with crazy ideas. I was
my
watching a lot
first
of those,
vlogging
bro.
days were just skits.
Just ideas,
Yeah,
right?
just telling a silly story or something. I don't know.
Step 3. We've spoken about this. Find other people that do what you want to do and ask them a million questions.
Yep.
That's great. That's what I'm doing
Yep.
right now.
Yeah. And you create a podcast out of it.
If you don't ask, you don't get.
Yep.
Community keeps you consistent.
Yep. This one you'd think is pretty obvious, but so many people are living in their own heads or their own shells. But like, ask people. Don't be afraid to ask for advice. Ask for help. You know, when you find your community, it's the best. You know, finding people that do what you want to do, or like living in the moment, or whatever it is that you want to do. Just ask them. Like, there'll be plenty of people out there that don't want to help. That's fine. Like, they're probably people you don't want to be surrounded with. But those people that do genuinely care, and you find them, like, you're just gonna grow 10 times quicker.
Yeah, really important.
Yeah,
I think so. And bro, I'm going to keep saying it, like working in those spaces too. Like the Fortum thing is a way of like, if you can't find friends, go like insert yourself in an environment 100%. Where you have those people around you. Step 4, do free work. And start small while you develop your skills. It will also allow you to understand how to work with people.
You've really gone in. Free work, everyone's scared of it, but I think free work is where you learn the most, and I guarantee you'll do one free job, and if you've done a rubbish job, you might not get hired again, but like 9 times out of 10, if you've helped someone, they're going to help you back. So I think I did it years ago. I did 3 free jobs. I just put myself out there. I was like, I'm not crazy busy, but I want to just help. And usually speaking, it will come back to you. And it did. You know, I did the 3 free jobs, and like they all got return work. And it got me another connection with someone else.
Opportunities.
So, don't be scared. I'm not saying like do 100 free jobs. Just like if you're starting out, get yourself to a certain point. Be confident, and then when you're ready. Like, you'll never feel ready. It's also nice to put, you know, when there's no expectations of free work, it's nice to just go out there, create something, getting a job done. And then, you know, they're only going to like either help you with, you should change this, and you'll start understanding that stuff. Yes. Guarantee every time you do free work, it will lead to paid work. Yeah,
I agree. And I think a really good point that you said there was that you'll understand how to work with people. Man, so much of what I learned in my first 3 years was around learning to communicate with clients. Every single problem that I ever ran into with a client, 100% of the time, I would stop and think, this would not have happened if we spoke about it before we started.
Yeah.
If we communicated all this before we started, we wouldn't be in this situation right now.
Yeah,
and nearly
100%.
every time, but you have to go through that because every time that happened, you're like, okay, I'm not going to let this happen next time. I'm going to implement this new system with how I interact with clients moving forward. And then you slowly get better and better. And you'd rather do that when it's free work rather than paid work.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? And going through that process and learning how to present yourself with a client and explaining that, like, your process, because every creative works differently, right? Step 5. Put yourself out there and start talking to the camera. This is a tough one, man. Hey, you're making us work. Advertise yourself. Social media is free marketing. Remember that you won't like what you produce at first, so don't compare yourself to others who have been doing this for years.
Yeah, so like with this is just like the 5 tips. Obviously, I've said it over a year, so I'm not expecting you to do like all of these 5 tasks consecutively because you'll burn yourself out. But this is just what I think, like I sort of did this anyway. Like I put myself out there. I was on YouTube. I was doing free work once I developed my skills, and then it led to paid work. But like these were all just like the main things that I would have done.
Well, you did all these things.
Yeah. Like I wish I'd known sooner to, you know, to get somewhere quicker. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, these are the things, because it was a question, like, we can do so many different things. When you're first starting, you're like, what do I do? There's so much to do. And making one move might, like, tip over, like, one domino. But then there's, like, this one move that you do that, like, gets you the furthest. Or one opportunity or that one thing. You're like, oh, man, I wish I did that ages ago. That was... And I think for me, for a lot of people, it's like, I wish I started showing up on camera more. I wish I did that so much sooner. And like that's one thing, but like there's heaps of other things. For a lot of people, I wish I started reaching out to and finding friends sooner. What was it for you? What was like the one thing that you did that probably gave you the biggest progression?
Oh, that's a good question.
Even free, like, you know what I mean? Like when you're starting, you're like, what do I do? There's so much to do. And what's the one thing that's going to give me the
honestly
most?
Just always putting myself in the most challenging areas. For some reason I've got this ridiculous story, but it didn't push me in a crazy way. But I was doing I randomly got dropped in to do a music video for fucking Jason Derulo, and he flew me to Bali.
You were the DOP.
Yes, I didn't know we were shooting that music video, so I did like 2 months with him, but while he was on The Voice, just doing like daily content with him, and then flew me to Bali. I thought we were just doing his show at whatever the event in Bali was, and the next day I get a phone call from some random director, and she's like, we're shooting a music video, but I'm like, wait, what? You're kidding, right? Like, no, come to the meeting. So then we talk about the meeting. I'm like, what we're going to shoot for the next like 4 or 5 days. I'm like, oh my good Lord. And what was even crazier was Jay came up to me like after the meeting had finished and we knew what we were going to do. And he said, you know how to use an RE camera, right? And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I've just got one in the back. Like, you're all good with that, right? I was like, I'll soon figure it out. I shit you not, I literally took that RE camera. So for those that don't know, an RE camera is like a $50,000 camera, like the elite of the elite. It's like better than a Red. And I YouTubed for like the next 6 hours. I stayed up until about 5 a.m. figuring out how to put the thing together, how to get playback, like where all the settings were, how to make sure it was in log, like the whole thing. I was like calling my friends, like no one knew. So I just figured it out on YouTube, and I had to put it on like an easy rig camera. Oh, it was it was a nightmare, but I learned, like, I now know how to use an RE camera. I just put myself in a ridiculously challenging space that, you know, I was petrified, but I got it done.
Very good.
Put yourself in challenging scenarios, even if like go fail. Like I've failed millions of times, but every time I've failed, I've learned something.
Very good. Very good
Put yourself
advice.
in difficult scenarios.
Yeah, man, you're right. Especially in the creative space, it's very easy to kind of find something that you do well and just stay there because it's comfortable and not push yourself.
Yeah, you gotta push yourself. Although I feel like it's stale and boring after a while. Do you know what I mean? Like you gotta learn something new each time, or just go fail. Like just as long as you're having fun, but failing, I've learned the most.
Yeah, I agree. I feel the same way. Bonus tip.
Yeah.
You hit us with a bonus tip,
no,
bro.
This one's a great one, but bad.
Be a nice person to work with. No one likes working with an asshole.
Yeah.
If you're not having fun while you're doing this, then it's probably not for you.
Yeah, well, again, you'd think that's obvious, but I've definitely been in a space where I'm like, oh, that person was awful. And every time I've worked with someone that's awful, this is not just towards creative, this is just in general as clients as well. You never want to work with them again, and I'm like, just don't be that person. Like, Like, at the end of the day, if you're an arsehole, fair enough. But like, at least like put it on that you're a nice person. Like, make them feel valued. And I was like, I'm sure you get it as well. If you're like, if you care and you're nice and you show up, like all the simple things, like turning up on time, early if you can, like offering them a coffee, you know, making them laugh, making them feel comfortable. All these little things.
Your energy.
I've met so many like creatives that do well, but they're quite shy, and that is fine to be shy. But like, you know, try and make it easier. Like, if you had a dream client, do you think like if you're gonna go work with Nike? Do you really think if you're an arsehole that Nike gonna work with you? You're a $1 billion company. But if you're cool, and you're like showing up, you're a nice person, you're trying to make people laugh, you know, you're making the whole process easy, they're probably gonna give you a go.
Yep.
I think you've got like 90% more chance than if you're just moody, miserable, you make it difficult, you're not gonna get repeat work.
I agree. Like, don't be a dick.
Yeah. That's why I said on the video, don't be a dickhead.
It's so true though.
Yeah.
It's so like your energy, people can feel it.
Yeah,
you know, whether you know it or not. And a lot of sometimes it's hard because, say you're running a business, you're super busy, probably really stressful. There's probably a million things going on in your mind.
Yeah.
When you show up, it's being a pro. It's like not you leave that at the door when you're with a client because they don't care about that stuff.
Yep.
They care about their work. And I think it's really important, especially when you're starting out, because you're trying to let them give you a crack. You're trying to get your foot in the door.
Yep.
You're looking for an opportunity, and a lot of the times that will allow you that opportunity. That's what allows you in the room. I think contrary to that, I've had people that are really nice, and they are the nicest people to work with.
Okay.
Very friendly, extremely friendly. Everyone that you introduce them to is like, they are so nice, but it's about the work.
Okay.
And if you can't produce the work, right, at the end of the day, this is once you're a year in and you know, if you want to be in this for the long game, you've got to do the work. Like you've got to produce and you've got to produce results. I had a guy that, one of my very first guests does real estate videography and photography. And I asked him this question and it stuck with me because I'm very much like you. I'm bringing good energy. I want to make the people here, like I feel pressure to make them feel good.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't care if this guy comes in, doesn't say a word to anyone, but gives me a banger video.
Yeah, fair.
He's like, that's all I want. Like if he produces good work, this is still don't be a dick. Like don't be rude.
Yeah.
But you also don't, like if you're not an extrovert and you're just a quiet guy, just sit in the corner, but there's an element that comes with like doing the work as well. And I think when you're just starting out, we're giving tips to people that are starting out in their first year. That good energy will allow people to like let you in. Yeah. But then you've got to also get good, and that's going to keep you around.
You got to be a closer.
Right? And I still remember I asked him, and I was like, I thought he was going to say what we're saying. And he was like, bro, just give me a guy that gives me mad work. He doesn't have to talk to me. If he doesn't want to say hi to me, he's like, but he's given me the work. And I'm like, that once you've been in here for a while, it's like, obviously you'd want both. But at the same time, being nice is cool, but get good at your craft and become good over time rather than just solely relying on that for what? Longevity.
Yeah, I think I probably should have put step 7 in there, which is ABC, always be closing, which is always finish what you're starting. So like, if I'm sure you've done this, I've done it, right? Yep. You start a video and you've got good intentions and then you never get around to finishing it. Finish those videos. I don't care if I've still got videos from America. I was doing daily in America. Terrible idea. It was supposed to be a holiday. I was going to do 14 days like traveling through the USA, and I got up to 7. I was like, I'm burning out and I'm supposed to be on holiday. So I just took, I'm still going to go back to those.
Yep.
But what I'm saying is like, don't go shoot something and then it's just lost on a hard drive forever. Like just for the sake of it, finish it, close it, always be closing. Otherwise you're never going to be known as someone that completes things. You're always going to be that person that's known like, oh, he shot something. Like I couldn't imagine going to shoot something and then not producing a bit of content. Yeah. Like always complete things, finish things, get on to the next one. You know, fail. And then just always be closing. Yeah. No, I mean, I totally agree with this. And like it ties back to your first one, like giving yourself deadlines. Because I fall into that trap a lot, like wanting to do things, but without those deadlines and creating those habits where like finish the job. Like if you have to post every week, you tell yourself, you have to finish that job.
and post it. And it's very easy to get distracted and do other things and just put things to the side.
Yeah.
While you were talking, I'm like, I've been that guy.
Yeah.
I just didn't finish.
Yep. 100%. I think I can't remember the terminology. I could, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it called like the Parkinson's effect, where if you give yourself a certain amount of time, so say you got to get this video done in a week, you'll take a week to do it.
Yep.
But if you're like, I'm pretty sure I can get it done in 2 days, you'll get it done in 2 days.
Correct.
That's how you're going to learn thick and fast. Is if you give yourself. You think it's going to take 4 hours? Just cut it in half. And I physically put a timer on. I'm like, I think this is going to take me 2.5 hours. I'll put on it a timer for 2 hours. I always get it done.
Yep, that's so true. And it works with goals too. We're so close to the end. But you keep.
Sorry.
But like you will think differently if you do that, right? And it's the same with I can't remember who I was listening to, but it was like if you set a goal, right? And what is it? Let's say I set a goal to make $50,000 with my creative work this year.
Yep.
You will, and I had to come up with a plan. All right, I want to make $50,000. What would I do? And you come up with all the actions that you would do to make $50,000.
Yep.
And you'd probably break it down, and there'd be certain actions that you think would lead to that. And dude was like, "That's great." But if you 5x or 10x that goal, and it's like, how would you make $500,000 in a year?
Yeah.
You're now, even though you may never reach that, you're going to think completely differently. It's like, like to make 50,000, I might give out some pamphlets, DM a few people.
Yeah, I did it for $1 million. It's $88,000 a month.
Yeah,
so
right.
All of a sudden, you're like,
exactly, because now, now the pamphlets don't work. Now, like it forces you to think bigger. Well, then instead of reaching out to 5 people, I'm going to have to reach out to maybe 100 people.
Yeah.
And that thought experiment, your actions change completely.
100%.
And even though you never hit that million, I mean, maybe you do, but if you don't, you're going to be so much further ahead than thinking small and just going for something that you think may be realistic.
Yeah.
And I guess it's the same with setting these deadlines. Give yourself a week. You'll take the actions that'll make you get there in a week.
Yeah.
Can you do it in a day? All of a sudden your actions change.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to watch Netflix today.
Yeah.
I'm going to start doing other things. And
100%.
the way you think and the way you set goals changes how you go about your life completely.
Yep.
All right, I got that one out. We're there. I think we're there, bro.
Yeah, let's go.
I think we're there. Dude, this has been amazing. You've shared so much. I really hope you keep going with like the personal brand stuff, because you really do have so much to teach. I've taken so much out of this, even though I don't know how uncomfortable you felt with me going through everything. But you should be, man. You should really lean into it. I watch so much content online. I'm still always trying to learn. And you've got a lot to teach, whether you know it or not. Some people don't realize. I feel when you talk to people, they're like, oh, but what have I got to teach? And they feel hesitant to share.
Yeah.
You're someone that literally, you've been doing this you've done so much. And this is someone who's literally gone through all your work, man. But you should really lean into it, as I think there's a massive space there for you. And on top of all that, just thank you for coming down, man. You didn't even know me before this.
I know,
and
yeah.
it says a lot about you to give up your time and share what you have. So I really appreciate it.
No, I appreciate it. You made it very easy. You did a very good job.
Yeah, you did all right.
Yeah.
In terms of what I'm doing and what you see me doing, I'm trying to do more in the podcast space, especially. I'm really trying to go for it. I'm trying to limit everything else, but I'm still doing it because, you got to pay bills and shit.
Yep.
What advice would you give me?
What advice would I give you?
Yeah.
Me and you're going to have to sit down for a coffee and I need to figure out a bit more. Can't give it straight away, but it seems like from the outside you're doing all right to me. Mm-hmm. I guess it would come down to I'd need to see how many eggs were in what basket.
Yeah, true.
And I'd probably tell you but you already said you were going to do that, leaning into it more. So what I would probably try and narrow it down to 2 or 3 things and be like, if you were to do something completely free of charge and you wanted to get paid for it, what would it be and why and how'd you get there?
Yeah, very good. Very good. Awesome, man. Thanks for your time. Legend.
No worries at all. Appreciate it.
Good job. Bro, you killed.
Let's go.